Members of the Nueces County Appraisal Board calling for a change when it comes to contracting high-dollar vendors out of the appraisal district. This as members noticed a work contract in place for just over 4 decades and hasn't been through a known bidding process. Our Josh Maxwell spoke with county leaders about that contract and the next steps moving forward. Josh?
Rudy, in a nutshell, the contractor known as T.Y. Pickett are the people that go into refineries and appraise their worth, meaning they play a key role in the appraising process. While all I spoke with say the vendor has maintained a clean and trusted record with the county, there are some members who still feel there needs to be checks and balances in place to ensure other options are considered as well, especially if it's cost efficient.
We're blaming the appraisal board for not vetting the vendors and having a bid process.
Newly elected Nueces County Tax Appraisal Board members John Cudd and James McGill expressing their concern over a work contract they say went uncontested for over 40 years.
We were told they do not even have a process to bid for the vendor, which we have asked them to implement.
The vendor, T.Y. Pickett, has allegedly had a 42-year non-bid contract with the county. In a nutshell, these are the workers who go into local refineries to review them and help in the property valuation process. That annual contract sitting roughly around $280,000. Cudd and McGill saying that while they understand the vendor is reputable, options are still needed to satisfy cost efficiency.
This is taxpayer money that is being spent on all vendors in the appraisal district. And it is important that we know our money is being well spent.
Ronnie Canales is the chief tax appraiser for Nueces County. He says the decision to stick with the vendor predated his time with the office when he arrived in 2012. However, he says he's not opposed to change.
Next year, we're going to be looking at other vendors. There'll be a bid process, they'll be put out.
Canales says the reason there isn't a streamlined process for bidding vendors boils down to resources and manpower.
You know, we're not as big as maybe the city or the county or school district, CCISD. You know, they have a different way of doing things. But whenever we need things, yeah, we'll put it out there.
And when it comes to why T.Y. Pickett had the non-bid contract for so long, Canales says that in their line of work, few vendors can actually supply that type of service.
This vendor has a field for the industry, royalties, pipelines, wind farms. The vendor that we look at has to be pretty much qualified and with ample engineers to do what needs to get done.
Now, we did reach out to Appraisal Board Chairman Jerry Garcia, who agrees with other members of the board. There should be a bidding process for high-dollar work contracts. He says that doing so will provide more cost-saving options in the future and also transparency. Rudy?